Imagine the dusty oil fields of West Texas suddenly alive with horror, a swarm of flies buzzing over fresh tragedy, chaos exploding in every direction, and Tommy Norris, battered but unbreakable, regrouping with his son Cooper for a desperate fight back. The Landman Season 2 Episode 10 finale trailer just dropped, and it's packed with shocks that will leave you questioning everything. Buckle up as we dive into this heart-pounding conclusion that's got fans buzzing. The storm has been building all season, and now it's ready to break. Tommy Norris, the tough landman who's juggled family drama and ruthless oil deals, finds himself at the center of a nightmare. Remember how Season 2 kicked off with Tommy under pressure from his boss Cammy at MTEX Oil, pushing him to cut corners and make risky moves? Well, in this finale, those choices come back to haunt him in the worst way. The trailer teases a massive explosion at one of the key drilling sites. Not just any blast, but one triggered by sabotage from the shady company Cooper got tangled with earlier. Cooper, Tommy's son, who's been trying to prove himself in the roughneck world, signed a deal behind his dad's back, thinking it would assert his leadership. But it turns out that company has ties to the Mexican cartel from Season 1, the same ones who caused that deadly plane crash. Amid the flames and twisted metal, bodies lie scattered, drawing a thick cloud of flies that symbolize the decay and death creeping into their lives. Tommy stumbles through the smoke, his face smeared with dirt and blood, calling out for survivors. The suspense builds as we wonder who's lost. Is it Angela, Tommy's ex, who's been rescuing their daughter Ainsley from her own troubles? Or maybe Monty, the company head who's been fighting for his life after needing a heart transplant? The trailer keeps it vague, showing quick flashes of tear-streaked faces and sirens wailing in the distance, making your heart race. Cooper emerges from the wreckage, his drilling gear torn, looking guilty and determined. He and Tommy lock eyes in a moment that's electric with tension. Years of father-son friction boiling over into this crisis. Tommy grabs Cooper's arm, pulling him close, and whispers something fierce, regrouping them as a team against the odds. But the chaos isn't just physical, it's emotional too. Cammy's risky moves have backfired, exposing MTEX to lawsuits and shutdowns, and now the feds are closing in. Flies swarm a particularly gruesome scene, perhaps a body that's been left out too long, hinting at betrayal from within the company. Is it Galeno, the cunning cartel boss played by Andy Garcia, pulling strings from the shadows? Or has someone closer, like Thornton's father figure, introduced this season, turned traitor? The trailer masterfully layers these questions, using slow-motion shots of oil gushing like blood from a wound, mixed with the incessant buzz of flies that amps up the dread. Every frame screams tragedy, from the collapsed rigs to the frantic phone calls Tommy makes, his voice cracking as he tries to hold it together. Cooper, asserting his leadership like in Episode 9, steps up here, suggesting a bold plan to counter the sabotage. But Tommy hesitates. Is it too dangerous? Their regrouping feels like a turning point, but the suspense lies in whether they can trust each other enough to pull it off. As the West Texas sun sets blood red over the devastation, the trailer hints at more losses ahead, making you grip your seat. This isn't just about oil anymore. It's about survival, redemption, and the flies that remind us death is always hovering. The build-up from earlier episodes, Tommy hiring help for his ailing father, Angela's heroic rescue, all converges here in a web of interconnected fates. Fans are already theorizing. Will Cooper's shady deal cost him his life, or will Tommy's sacrifice save the day? The chaos unfolds with relentless pace, each revelation peeling back layers of deceit. Imagine the weight on Tommy's shoulders as he surveys the destruction, flies landing on his sweat-soaked skin, a metaphor for the rot in the industry he's devoted his life to. Cooper, bloodied but unbowed, stands by his side, ready to fight. But the trailer cuts to black just as gunshots ring out, leaving us in agonizing suspense. This section alone has your pulse pounding, and it's only the beginning of the finale's wild ride. The tragedy isn't random. It's the culmination of greed, family bonds tested to the breaking point, and the harsh reality of boomtown life. Taylor Sheridan's writing shines through, blending high-stakes drama with gritty realism, making every moment feel raw and immediate. As Tommy and Cooper huddle in a makeshift command center, an old trailer amid the ruins, they map out their next move, but whispers of more betrayal linger. The flies, those persistent symbols, keep appearing, foretelling doom. Will they expose the true saboteur before it's too late? The trailer promises answers, but not without more heartbreak. Stay tuned as we unpack the deeper implications in the next section, where the personal toll hits even harder. The dust hasn't even settled from the explosion when the real nightmare begins to unfold. Tommy and Cooper, side by side in the flickering emergency lights, realize this isn't just an accident. It's war. The flies keep coming, thick as black rain, settling on the wreckage like they're claiming it. In this second section of the Landman Season 2 Episode 10 finale trailer breakdown, the focus shifts to the brutal personal fallout, where family ties stretch to their breaking point and old enemies strike from the shadows. The trailer dives deeper into the aftermath, showing Tommy racing through the chaos to reach the hospital where survivors are being rushed in. His face, usually so controlled, cracks with raw fear as he pushes past nurses and cops, demanding to know who's alive and who's not. Quick cuts reveal glimpses of tragedy. A blood-soaked stretcher carrying someone too still. Angela clutching a phone with trembling hands as she learns about the blast. In Ainsley, safe from her own drama but now pulled back into the family's storm, the suspense ramps up when we see Cammy Miller, the steely head of M-Tex, standing alone in her office, staring at financial papers that spell disaster. The explosion has wiped out their latest rig, the one she pushed Tommy to fast-track despite warnings. Her risky decisions, born from desperation to save the company after Monty's hidden debts and embezzlement scandals came to light, have now cost lives. The trailer hints at her crumbling facade, a single tear streaking through makeup as she whispers to herself, "What have I done?" But there's no time for regret. The feds are already circling, tipped off by leaked documents that point straight to M-Tex's corner cutting. Meanwhile, Cooper's shady entanglement with Danny Galino Morel explodes into full view. The cartel boss, played with chilling calm by Andy Garcia, appears in a shadowy scene offering help to clean up the mess, but at a price no one wants to pay. Cooper, blood on his hands from the drill site, confronts his dad in a heated exchange inside a battered pickup truck. "I thought I could handle it," Cooper admits, voice breaking. "I was trying to prove I belong here." Tommy, exhausted and furious, grabs him by the collar. "You belong with family, not with snakes." Their regrouping turns intense as they piece together the sabotage. Evidence points to Galino's men, revenge for M-Tex refusing his laundering deals earlier in the season. The flies buzz louder in these moments, landing on a photo of the rig crew that Tommy clutches, reminding everyone that death doesn't forgive mistakes. The emotional gut punch hits when the trailer flashes to T.L. Norris, Tommy's tough old father played by Sam Elliott, arriving on scene. He's frail from health issues but fierce, pulling Tommy into a rare hug amid the sirens. "Son, this land takes more than it gives," he growls. "Don't let it take you too." It's a poignant beat that contrasts the chaos, showing how the explosion has forced the Norris men to face their fractured bond. But suspense builds again as we see Rebecca Falcone, the sharp lawyer, uncovering proof that someone inside M-Tex leaked rig details to the cartel. Betrayal from within. Is it Dale, the loyal roughneck? Or someone closer to Cammy? The trailer teases a confrontation where Tommy corners a suspect in the dim light of a storage shed, gun drawn, voice low. "You sold us out. For what?" The answer cuts off, leaving us hanging. As the section builds, the tragedy deepens with hints of loss that fans dread. A slow-motion shot shows Ariana, Cooper's love interest, crying over a body bag. Is it a friend from the crew? Or worse? The flies swarm relentlessly, a visual metaphor for the corruption and consequences rotting everything. Tommy and Cooper, now fully regrouped, plan a counterstrike. Expose Galino's network before he swallows M-Tex whole. But the trailer ends this part on a cliffhanger. Gunshots echo as Tommy advances toward a dark figure in the oil fields. Cooper yelling, "There!" The screen fades to black with the buzz of flies overwhelming the sound, making your skin crawl. Every choice from Season 2, Cammy's greed, Cooper's ambition, Tommy's compromises, converges here in a storm of heartbreak and danger. The regrouping isn't just survival, it's a last stand for redemption. Hold your breath, because the finale's biggest shocks are still coming in the sections ahead. The tension explodes into full-blown war as the finale trailer plunges us into the heart of betrayal and reckoning. With the rig in ruins and flies claiming the dead, Tommy and Cooper's regrouping becomes a desperate alliance against an enemy who's been playing them all along. In this third section of the Landman Season 2 Episode 10 finale trailer breakdown, the spotlight turns to Galino's master plan finally revealed, Cammy's shattering realization, and the personal sacrifices that could destroy everything the Norris family has fought to rebuild. The trailer wastes no time showing Galino, Andy Garcia, in his element, calm, calculating, sitting in a dimly lit room like a king on his throne. He speaks directly to the camera in voiceover. This business would bleed you dry if you don't know the rules and break them. Quick flashes reveal his true game. He never wanted just a cut of the oil profits. He wanted control of MTEX itself. The shady loan he gave Cammy for the risky offshore rig? It was a trap. When the explosion hits, it's no accident. Galino's men planted the sabotage to force MTEX into default, handing him the keys to the kingdom. Tommy pieces it together in a frantic scene, staring at financial records in the glow of a laptop, his face hardening as he mutters, "He played us from the start." Cooper, still reeling from his own bad deal that started this mess, stands beside him, guilt etched deep. Their regrouping evolves into strategy. Tommy wants to go public with proof, but Cooper pushes for something darker, confronting Galino head-on. Suspense thickens as we see Cammy Miller, Demi Moore, finally crack. She's been holding the company together with sheer will since Monty's death, but the trailer shows her in a quiet moment, alone in her lavish office, staring at photos of her late husband. A phone call from Galino comes in, smooth threats disguised as concern. "You wanted to be more than the trophy wife," he says. "Now prove it, or lose it all." Cammy slams the phone down, tears in her eyes, realizing her gamble has cost lives and invited the devil inside. The flies appear again, crawling over a desk cluttered with ignored subpoenas from the feds, symbolizing how corruption has infested every corner of her world. She reaches out to Tommy, begging for help, but the trust is broken. Years of pushing him to cut corners have led here. The emotional core hits hard with family moments amid the danger. Angela arrives at the devastated site, wrapping her arms around Ainsley, who's been shielded from the worst until now. "This isn't just business anymore," Angela tells Tommy. "It's our lives." T.L. Norris, the grizzled patriarch, offers quiet wisdom in a rare, vulnerable scene. He hands Tommy an old family revolver, saying, "Sometimes the land don't forgive, son, but family might." Their bond, rebuilt through the season, becomes the anchor as Tommy and Cooper plan their move. The trailer teases a high-stakes confrontation. Shadows in the oil fields at night, Tommy and Cooper approaching a vehicle where Galino waits. Gunshots ring out, but we don't see who falls, cutting to black with the relentless buzz of flies. Rebecca Falcone steps up too, uncovering the leaked rig info that enabled the sabotage. In a tense meeting, she confronts a traitor inside MTEX, perhaps Dale or someone unexpected, demanding answers. The suspense lies in the uncertainty. Will exposing the inside man save them, or just speed up the collapse? Ariana, Cooper's fiancée, appears worried at the Patch Cafe, whispering to him, "Don't do something you can't come back from." Her fear adds layers, hinting that Cooper's dark turn from episode 9, that brutal fight, might push him over the edge. As the section closes, the trailer builds to fever pitch. Slow shots of oil fires raging, emergency lights flashing, and Tommy's voiceover. "We regroup, we fight, or we lose everything." The flies swarm thicker, landing on bloodied hands and broken equipment, a grim reminder that tragedy has only just begun. Galino's shadow looms largest, turning the finale into a battle for survival where no one escapes unscathed. The regrouping between father and son feels fragile. One wrong move, and it all crumbles. Fans are left breathless, wondering if redemption is possible or if the oil fields will claim another Norris. The chaos intensifies, and the biggest revelations are yet to come in the final sections. The Landman Season 2 Episode 10 finale trailer breakdown turns the heat up to unbearable levels, where alliances fracture, secrets detonate, and the regrouping between Tommy and Cooper faces its ultimate test. The flies are everywhere now, crawling across windshields, settling on cooling metal, a constant reminder that the land has already taken its toll and it's hungry for more. The trailer opens this part with a heart-stopping sequence. Tommy and Cooper moving through the dark oil fields under a blood moon, flashlights cutting through the night like knives. They've decided to hit Galino where it hurts, his hidden compound on the edge of the lease. Cooper carries a duffel bag heavy with proof, documents, recordings, even a flash drive stolen from an inside man. "We end this tonight," Cooper says, voice steady for the first time all season. Tommy glances at his son, pride mixed with worry. This is the boy who once ran from responsibility, now walking straight into the fire. Their regrouping feels solid, father and son finally fighting as one. But the suspense is thick. Every shadow could hide a cartel gunman. Inside the compound, the trailer delivers shocking revelations. Galino stands waiting, unflinching, as if he knew they'd come. In a tense standoff, he reveals the deepest cut. The explosion wasn't just about taking M-Tex, it was personal. Years ago, Tommy shut down a Galino operation that cost the cartel boss his own son in a similar rig accident. "You took mine," Galino says coldly, "so I take yours." The camera lingers on Tommy's face as the truth lands like a punch. Cooper steps forward, furious. But Galino smiles. He has leverage. A monitor flickers on, showing live feed of Angela and Ainsley at home, unaware they're being watched. "One call, and your family pays the price you owe." The trailer cuts rapidly between this standoff and parallel scenes of chaos. Cammy, desperate and cornered, makes a reckless choice. She contacts the feds herself, offering to turn state's evidence against Galino in exchange for immunity. But the call is intercepted. We see her phone screen flash with a blocked number before going dead. Is she already too late? Rebecca Falcone races through town, piecing together the final evidence that could bury Galino, but she's tailed by a black SUV that gets closer every second. The flies appear in these moments too. One lands on Cammy's hand as she grips the steering wheel, another on Rebecca's dashboard, turning every quiet scene into something sinister. Back at the compound, the regrouping reaches breaking point. Tommy lowers his weapon, trying to talk Galino down, but Cooper can't hold back. He lunges, and suddenly the room erupts, fists, guns, shouts. The trailer shows flashes, a table overturned, glass shattering, blood on the floor. We see Tommy take a hit, staggering but refusing to fall, protecting his son. Cooper fights like a man possessed, years of anger pouring out. In the confusion, someone fires a fatal shot, but the camera spins away before revealing who. The screen fills with the buzz of flies, louder than ever, drowning out the screams. The section builds to an emotional crescendo with a rare, quiet beat. Tommy, wounded, pulls Cooper into the shadows outside the compound. Blood soaks his shirt, but he grips his son's shoulder. "If I don't make it," he whispers, "you finish this. For all of us." Cooper shakes his head, tears cutting through the grime on his face. "We're not losing you too." It's the rawest moment between them, the culmination of a season of distance and reconciliation. The trailer lingers on their faces, father and son, unbreakable in this instant, before cutting to sirens approaching in the distance. As the chaos swirls, the trailer teases one final twist. A figure steps out of the darkness behind Galino. Someone familiar. Someone who has been close to the Norris family all along. The identity is hidden in shadow, but the implication is devastating. Betrayal from the inside, deeper than anyone suspected. The flies swarm thicker, covering the screen like a black veil, and the trailer fades out on Tommy's voiceover. "The land don't care who wins, but we do."